Ladies and gentlemen, gosh, the Powerhouse Lounge just keeps getting more powerful and bigger and better each episode. And this episode's no different. This show is no different. This next interview is no different. This band came to me out of sunny Southern California. And I tell you what, I put out an all call for bands, and I get some of the most unique bands in the world. And some of them, I'm just astounded by how good they are and why aren't they found? And this is one of those bands. And LA, the beast that it is produced another great beast of musicians and another great band by the name of Sunsofcali. Welcome on, guys.
Hey, how you doing there, James? Hey, thanks for having us on, bud.
I was so excited when you reached out, Howie, and we were like, hey, we want to be a part of this. We want to do this. And I listened to your music, and you guys have this really unique sound that I hadn't heard before, but it beckons back to like the 90s. You know, it has that 90s feel to it. It has that uniqueness that would come out of the late 90s, early 2000s. And I really enjoyed that about your sound.
It's a combination of just mixing all of our influences together. Because when we first started, it all started with Flying Hawaiian.
The Flying Hawaiian was my nickname back in the day when I used to work at a grocery store. I was like the fastest cashier, putting all your groceries in the bag, like less than 10 seconds. Everyone would be in my line like, all right, next. And everyone would call me that because I was always going to Hawaii and I was quick. So the Flying Hawaiian was kind of like the name that was given to me. So I was like, all right, let me just name that song the Flying Hawaiian. We got together because of one song. And from that, we decided to say, hey, if we can make one song, let's try making more.
He had a dream.
I had a dream.
I'm happy this pandemic hit in some cases. I'm really sad for a lot of people and sad for the music industry and all the businesses, but it's helped me grow. And as musicians, has it helped you guys grow?
If I quote from somebody, this is one of my favorite quotes. If we stay and not doing anything, we get stuck. And by being stuck, we turn to concrete. And so basically what we want to do
from the Cobra Kai episode.
Yeah. So what we want to do is
I was going to say that's a Johnny Lawrence quote right there.
Johnny Lawrence wisdom right there.
So when I take that to heart, we got to keep moving. So no matter what, pandemic, fire, or whatever it is, we stick it through, man. We'll ride it out till the wheels freaking fall off, man. You know, I love this band. I love the music.
Yeah. So speaking of Sons of Cali, where did the name come from? Because I know the Cali part. You're all California, but Sons, because it could be used as almost a double entendre.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes, I think that played a big part of it. And this is from what I remember. We were all driving around in Alan's car. We just came back from our first jam session as an actual band. And we were just playing, spitballing names around. And I think Alan was the one who came up with it just off the top of his head. Sons of Cali. And it might have been a spin-off from Sons of Anarchy. I'm not really sure what was going through his head. I mean, he does watch a lot of movies, so it might have been that. It can go both ways. You're right. It's your father's son, or the sun in the sky. And I think when people first are introduced to our band, they have that question in their head, is it son or sun? The S-U-N-N, or S-U-N, I mean, as in sun, just because it relates to California.
And that's the way you'll find us online.
Exactly. And that's we're to type us up on Google, S-U-N.
You guys like to have fun. I can tell. You guys, I can only imagine what it's like in a studio or in a rehearsal room, just hanging out. Because just this conversation right here, I get that feel that you guys have a lot of fun, and you let your personal influence in your personal life, knowing each other, influence you guys all together. And that's something that you rarely see. And I think it makes the music stronger. Do you guys feel in the process of making the first EP that was the case?
For a lot of us, it was a learning experience. A lot of it we could have changed, but we just got to keep moving forward. We can't look back and think about, we could have done this differently. Because you can always improve, you can always change things to make it better. But if you dwell on the negativity, on all the shortcomings, then you're not really going to get too far, so that's kind of what we take into consideration moving forward. How are we going to improve our sound, and from which artists do we get our inspiration? Who do we want to sound like, while at the same time staying true to our own sound? These are all things that we talk about and we try to hash out. So when the second EP does come around, it'll be like a punch in the face, you know.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai always strikes first.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Strike hard, strike fast, no mercy.
Amen.
There you go.
And do you guys think you're going to find that same balance, hopefully, in the second EP? Though it's going to come hard and fast, you want to have kind of the same balance like we were talking about, but kind of keep a balance of where you guys were and kind of climb the ladder slowly, or do you want to like strike while the iron's hot and keep just putting out while you can? Are you guys that type of band where you just want to just put out quick and hard and hope it skyrockets, or are you just going to let it, marinate a little bit?
I think we go with the latter on that one, mainly because we're in this period of time where we have so much time to do that, to reflect, marinate, meditate, all those other 8 words.
I just ate.
I think, yeah, patience will provide, if we're patient and if we put more thought into it, the second EP is just going to be that much better.
Here's another metaphor. This is a good one if you catch it. Give me
I'm gonna go grab a water.
it's really quick. It's like
Give me a beer while you're at it.
give me a second, or give me like a minute, and it's like I'm good. Give me like 10 minutes, I'm great. But give me like a year or something, I can't be beat. It's from a movie. And Liam Neeson.
No, you just made that up.
No, Liam Neeson said it. Liam Neeson said it himself.
Now, Liam Neeson does have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
He does.
Jedi, he was a contract killer.
So he must know what he's talking about.
Right?
Do you hope to one day have that sort of cultural pull, like with your music, to where you can have you can make a song about a movie or a show, and it has that much tie-in to society?
Oh yeah.
I would hope
Absolutely.
to think so one
And
day.
actually, that's funny. My girlfriend and I were talking about that the other day. How, sublime itself is a word. It's a word in the English dictionary. And when somebody says that word, what's the first thing you think of? The band.
Right.
But it's actually a word. It means like the best, or subliminal, meaning. Actually, that might be unrelated, but yeah, sublime, the definition of such excellence, grandeur, or beauty as to inspire great admiration or awe.
Aww.
Later on down the line, we would like to have that impact, or it could be a song or the album, but something that will resonate in somebody's life, Maybe someday Sons of Cali will be in the dictionary. I'm not saying it will be anytime soon, but who knows?
Well, you know what? It took Jabroni 30 years to make the dictionary, but that's in the dictionary now. I love interviews like this because you can go anywhere. You can almost position yourself musically and throw a cultural reference out there, and you guys are going to get it because of where your music sets. You're guys tapping into that as well. You're tapping into that whole idea of bringing the old with the new.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I think has got staying power. I think that's something that you guys have really tapped into well. And using your influences the way you do, I think the longevity is there for you guys. I really do. And I appreciate the music you put out. I love the EP. I actually played Canvas on my radio show, 3 weeks ago? And people loved it. They ate it up. So yeah.
Thank you for checking that out. That's that's why we do what we do.
Oh yeah. I'm a huge Dodgers fan, so I spend a lot of time in Hollywood and LA too. So I can't.
Go Dodgers!
Yeah, LA's a hip hop town and a rock town. It just in general, those are the main focuses. But it's also like New York in the sense that you have the different boroughs of Los Angeles that have different sounds. And going back to Canvas, I think that's what you encompass the best about LA in that video is like it is a huge canvas. It's a huge growing piece of art, like sports and like music. I really couldn't find a better band, and especially with now knowing the idea of the name and of the band in general, Sons of Cali. And encompassing LA, you hit it all in one video, in one home run. The name, the video name, and the art form you're going for. It was phenomenal. I enjoyed every bit of it.
There's more of that coming. We're going to continue writing, creating, and hopefully one day we'll make it out to Portland. Curious to know what the music scene is like up there.
Oh man, It's so different. You guys would fit well at the Goodfoot, the Doug Fir. Like the Doug Fir would be good for an opener for you.
Is there a spot up there really named the Doug Fir?
Yeah, Ryan and
Yes.
I shared a look for a sec because we both work at Home Depot, and we're familiar with Doug Fir. Like we spent a lot of time in the lumber department. So
The Doug Fir Lounge, yes. If you guys could capture the feeling of Los Angeles in canvas, you could definitely understand the feeling of what Portland is then. We've weaved a really good story overall, and there's more to you guys, and you've only released an EP, so there's a lot more to y'all, and I'm really excited for what the future holds.
We have a lot of music in the back burner that we're, working on here at home. And as soon as this pandemic is over, man, we're gonna make big moves. We're gonna keep Portland in mind. We're gonna
Hit
keep
the
you guys in
ground
mind,
running.
too. Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your evening. Get back to writing that wonderful music that you guys are writing already. And I look forward to the rest of your music that's coming out in the future. I look forward to the new stuff. You coming on the Powerhouse Lounge. It's been great.